Hi friends, this is Cancer Warrior Carla, and today we're going to make cannabis suppositories. Yay! So let's get started. First, you need to go to IKEA or somewhere else and get these really cute flexible molds, okay? This is the one I use for the suppositories, and this one I use for cannabis chocolate. Yeah. Okay, but we'll do that in a different video. So the first thing you need to do is you need to purchase some cacao butter like this, and I've already used half of it, and you have to figure out how to chop it because it's really hard. So we're going to take what's left, which is about 8 ounces of coconut butter, and we're going to put it in a pot like that. Okay, and then we're just going to melt it very slowly, and we're going to stir constantly, okay? We don't want it to burn. Of course, you have to find some cannabis somewhere, and that's what we're going to talk about now. This is what my cannabis looks like. It is actually a version of the Rick Simpson oil. It has at least 50% or more THC, and the rest is, CBD and different oils in there. So what we're going to do is we're going to use 1 gram for 8 ounces of coconut butter, okay? And be sure that when you get your cannabis that you ask, it's very important that they make sure that there aren't any pesticides or residues in there that are harmful. Remember, we're trying to get better, so we need something clean that's been grown without pesticides, okay? So while this is melting, we're going to make sure we keep stirring it and make sure it doesn't burn. And I'll show you right here what it looks like. And it smells great. It smells like we're making chocolate cake or something. It's delicious. Okay, so now what I'm going to show you, this is the gram of the cannabis. What you do is, of course, you take the top off, and I'm going to show you if you were to make capsules and take this orally and you weren't going to put it in suppositories, what you would normally do is take some of these veggie caps and you would open one up like so, and you would put 1 grain of the cannabis. 1 grain is going to be like that. See how small that is? Okay? So that is what you would take and you would swallow if you were just going to take it orally. Okay? So let's put this one aside and let's see how our melting is coming along. See, it goes pretty quick. So while that's melting, let's talk about how we're going to do this. We're going to, as soon as this is melted, we're going to let it cool slightly. We're going to pour it into this cup so that it makes it easy to put in here. And we're going to put the whole gram of the cannabis oil into the cacao butter, okay? Okay, so it looks like our cacao butter is all completely melted. It looks good. I turned off the heat to just let it cool slightly. Okay, we don't want to melt anything. And what we're going to do next is we're going to take this cacao butter and pour it into a measuring cup, okay? Now, you don't want to try to just pour it from the pan into here because you're going to have a big mess. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, since this is melted, and we're going to take the entire gram of cannabis oil and put it into the cacao butter. This takes a little effort sometimes, so you just got to push the whole thing out like so. There we go. And while I'm doing this, the reason that we're making cannabis suppositories is because when you're ill and you have to take quite a bit of cannabis, we're talking up to 1 gram a day for, say, cancer or other illnesses. Depends, you know, everybody has a different dose. But if you're taking that much, guess what? You're not going to function really well. You're going to be pretty high. But guess what I discovered? If you do suppositories, they don't make you that high. Now, some people do get a little bit wobbly and just a little high, but in general, you can operate like normal without any problem. And suppositories are so easy to make. And that way you can go to work and do whatever you need to do and not have to worry about it. Okay, so I emptied the entire thing in there. We're going to stir it like so. Just make sure that it's all dissolved. And then we're just going to go ahead and pour very carefully into these molds. Just a little bit into each one, okay? Like so. There you go. Okay. So there you have it. You have actually there's 6 sections, but this makes 12 suppositories, because what we're going to do next is we're going to put these in the freezer, and then you're going to pop them out, cut them in half. So 6 of these lines will actually be cut in half, and then you're going to have 12 suppositories. Okay, there they are. Okay, so the best method is to put them in a shallow dish with warm water. Let them sit a few minutes, otherwise they crack like that. Okay, so they do break a little bit, but that's okay. Look at that. And what you want to do is you want to use pieces kind of like this size. So like this one's too big. So cut these like in half like that. Okay. This one's too big. That one might be okay. I have a fun time with that one. So then what you do is you just put them in a little bag and throw them in the freezer, in the refrigerator, and you're ready to use them. And you can put these in like every 3 hours. Okay? Have fun.